Thank you for visiting the Combs Waterkotte website and our Stealing of a Motor Vehicle Defense Lawyer in Missouri website page. Regardless of the crime, we believe everyone is entitled to the best possible legal defense in the state of Missouri. We have created this audio version of our website page to help you better understand our services and protect your future, freedom, and reputation. If you have been charged with stealing of a motor vehicle in the state of Missouri, we can help. Don't face the state and court system alone during your stealing of a motor vehicle charge. Contact one of our Missouri vehicle theft defense lawyers today at 314-900-HELP to protect your rights and future. Combs Waterkotte is committed to handling all stealing of a motor vehicle defense cases with confidential care and understanding. We are not here to judge you. We believe that everyone in Missouri, regardless of the crime they have been charged with, deserves an aggressive legal defense and to have their legal rights protected. With that being said, let's discuss hiring our Stealing of a Motor Vehicle defense lawyers in Missouri and setting up a free consultation with our attorneys. Stealing of a Motor Vehicle defense lawyers in Missouri. Missouri imposes harsh penalties on those who are convicted of stealing motor vehicles. You could face significant time in prison, fines that leave your finances in tatters, and all manner of collateral consequences that come from having a criminal record. At Combs Waterkotte, our St. Louis criminal defense and theft lawyers can fight such charges and help you keep your future and freedoms intact. Understanding stealing of motor vehicle charges in Missouri. In Missouri, motor vehicle theft is a more severe charge than that of the simple theft of other possessions. If you take the vehicle or a catalytic converter without the owner's permission, or by force, and with the intention of depriving the owner of the vehicle, the state can charge you with stealing a motor vehicle. Stealing of motor vehicle charges can mean facing a Class D felony, while stealing a catalytic converter is generally a Class E felony. If you're considered a repeat offender, however, the charges you face could be enhanced. Being accused of stealing a motor vehicle and having 2 theft offenses within 10 years of the current accusation could mean facing a Class B felony. Tampering with a motor vehicle in Missouri. An offense that is connected to stealing of motor vehicle charges can be considered tampering with a motor vehicle. Commonly known as joyriding, this charge refers to knowingly possessing, receiving, selling, or unlawfully operating or riding in any motor vehicle without having the owner's consent. Tampering with a motor vehicle only requires the prosecution to prove that you were driving or even riding a vehicle without permission. The main difference between this charge and that of stealing of motor vehicles is that tampering doesn't require proving the intent of permanently depriving the owner of the vehicle. Whoever is driving the vehicle in a tampering case faces tampering in the first degree, which is a Class D felony. A passenger in this situation would be charged with tampering in the second degree, which is a Class A misdemeanor. Carjacking and vehicle theft in Missouri. Yet another related charge you could face in Missouri is vehicle jacking or carjacking. You can be accused of committing carjacking if you allegedly use or threaten to use force on another person to take control of their car. For example, if the carjacking involves the following, the charges can become Class A felonies: the use of a deadly weapon, any serious injuries to the people in possession or in the presence of the vehicle, the use or threat of a dangerous weapon, the seizure of a vehicle in which there's a child or special victim. All other types of carjackings are generally considered Class B felonies. Stealing of motor vehicle penalties in St. Louis. Being convicted of stealing a motor vehicle means serious, life-altering penalties. Fines and prison time. If you're charged with stealing a motor vehicle as a Class D felony, you may have to pay a fine of up to $10,000 or face imprisonment for up to 7 years, or both. Repeat offenders could face fines of a maximum of $20,000 and/or imprisonment ranging from 5 to 15 years. Tampering with a motor vehicle in the first degree could earn you about the same penalties as stealing a motor vehicle. If you're charged with second-degree tampering, you could face a fine of $2,000 and jail time of up to 1 year. Those charged with Class A felonies, as can occur in aggravated carjacking cases, often face fines of up to $20,000 and imprisonment for anywhere from 10 years to life. Criminal record consequences in Missouri. One of the most serious consequences of a stealing of motor vehicle conviction is that of being saddled with a criminal record. Criminal records can impact all aspects of your life. For one thing, your job opportunities could be curbed. Some professions might be entirely unavailable, including some government postings, and many employers won't consider hiring people with a criminal record. Even if you already have a profession, you may not be able to practice it if you rely on licenses, since many boards will rescind them if you're convicted. Where you live could also be an issue. Renting a place could become twice as difficult because landlords may not accept applications from people with criminal records. Some might accept your application and its fee and then turn you down. Federal housing won't be available either, and you could lose any government benefits that you may have received before. A criminal record also makes going to school more difficult. If you were planning on getting a degree, some institutions won't allow you in, or you could face serious hurdles in obtaining the financial aid you need to attend. Some of your civil rights could also be affected. You may no longer be allowed to own firearms and could lose your right to vote. Additionally, there could be countries you may not be able to travel to. Unfortunately, there's also a significant social stigma associated with people who have criminal records. You can experience discrimination in social situations of all types, and your relationships could suffer because of it. Defenses against stealing of motor vehicle charges in Missouri. By turning to our Missouri criminal defense attorneys, you can benefit from legal professionals building strong defenses against the charges you face. Lack of intent is one possible defense. If you believed that you had permission from the owner to use the vehicle, then the intent to deprive them of it wasn't there. In some instances, you can also claim necessity. If there was a life-threatening emergency that required that you use a vehicle, that could be a defense. At Combs Waterkotte, we'll also look at the evidence against you and how it was obtained. If law enforcement in any way ignored your rights, such as by searching your property illegally, we can work to have that evidence thrown out. Another effective defense is mistaken identity. If there was no clear identification of the person who allegedly took the motor vehicle, then we can work to show that there's no evidence to point to you. We can rely on witnesses and alibis to bring doubt into the prosecution's case. Ultimately, the right defense will depend on your case's unique circumstances. Our skilled team can craft the right strategy to aggressively defend your future. Why you need experienced Missouri motor vehicle theft lawyers. If you've been charged with a crime as serious as stealing a motor vehicle, you need a criminal defense lawyer with notable experience in the field. How we support your case. Detailed investigations into the alleged crime. Independent assessments of the evidence against you. Strategic and targeted defenses tailored to your situation. Ongoing legal support through every phase of your case. What to expect from our team. Aggressive courtroom representation at all hearings and trial. Thorough trial preparation from day one. Honest, transparent communication at every step. Comprehensive, full-service legal support. No outside firms needed. Proven success in Missouri. Motor vehicle theft defense. At Combs Waterkotte, we're aggressive, trial-hardened attorneys who have argued some of the most complex cases on behalf of clients throughout the state. We prepare each case for trial, even if we intend to do everything we can to get the charges dismissed or to work out a deal with the prosecution that benefits those who depend on us. Contact a Missouri stealing of motor vehicle lawyer today. At Combs Waterkotte, we proudly defend clients facing motor vehicle theft charges across St. Louis and throughout Missouri. Our experienced team has the resources and trusted partners to build the strongest possible defense for you. If you've been charged with stealing a motor vehicle or any related offense, don't face it alone. Call 314-900-HELP or contact us online to schedule your free, confidential consultation today.